Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and you can see that I have done more on the ship. I would say it is ready, at least functionally it is working now. Changed out some of the thrusters. It was just too much power used and I don't know, I'm not sure if if 4 more of these thrusters are really necessary to lift something. I tested it out more. It seems to work better. I'm not sure. This back part here, for some reason, it doesn't always work, and I don't know why. It should flip up. Most of the time it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Everything else functionally definitely ready, and I also made some finished up the containers in form, and I made one for gas, so for hydrogen, for some oxygen, and we can transport that now. Again, there will be one for passengers maybe later. The first thing I kind of want to do is go back to space, take this thing, take one of the containers, go back to space, and maybe see how we can implement that in space and with the ships. I considered making a specialized ship for that, but maybe it's easier to just remodel the Empress to be able to maybe transport one to a few of these containers. Big problem is the ship. It doesn't fit in the Empress, so we might need to consider changing the Empress heavily, or we could go and maybe figure out if we have one of these at each stations, or if we build a new ship to incorporate a way to don't know, bring this ship with us. It could always land on the surface or anchor somewhere, but I kind of want to, not sure, I kind of want to have it so placed in a hangar. That the problem with that always is the size of the hangar doors. And another thing we could do is use the space we have here and anchor it below. But for that we would need to see how much space there really is. So the first thing we should do is go back to space and figure something out. Again, this is always a project I wanted to achieve, and I never really, don't know, I never really did, and I hope that this time this is definitely something that we can use. Good. We'll take the cargo container, bring that with us. I made a spot here to at least be able to put down 2 containers. There's you can see that there's a connector down there, and we can switch on the connector from here and then have these locked to the ground. That's why there's a colored space where that thing needs to stay and or needs to be able to be locked down. Okay, so we unlock the back landing gear, turn on the thrusters, turn on the dampeners, and then we can lift off. It is not as violently shaky anymore. Oh, this time it works. Lock that in place, and we need to bring up the wings, or the nacelles, or however we want to call it, and then we can just hover over this thing, turn on the merge blocks. I need to figure out if I want to have a camera there so that I can fly above it and maybe see better where we need to go. At the moment I'm mostly just trying to use my advanced flying skills. So now it is locked down. Each of the containers is named specifically, or let's say better, the parts of the containers are in each named specifically. I'm pretty sure the name will change. Come on. And now it should be locked. So it was something that Mergeblocks always did, that they renamed the grid that they lock to, and I'm not sure if that's still a thing. I'm when it comes to Mergeblocks, I'm really inexperienced, I have to say. Or let's see, in newer times, I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to Mergeblocks. Ship is fast. Ship works really well in atmosphere. It has the problem that the extra parts, everything that is on hinges or rotors, kind of throws off the center of mass. But that is something that is always happening with this style of ship. It would be easier to just have fixed stuff. Maybe we can later build something that just has fixed thrusters, that doesn't move, that uses the same containers. The containers could be the new standard, and then we design ships around that, something like that. Good, let me go back to orbit, and I will see you there when we arrive at the Empress. So for one of the problems, we seem to have an easy fix. We can just put the ship below the Empress and fit it into this space where we have connectors anyways. That is neat, and maybe we could reinforce it with maybe a landing gear or something like that, so that it definitely stays in place when we when we fly somewhere. I kind of the RP of my of my world kind of, I would like to maneuver less with big ships. Sounds weird, but really use the big ships as carriers for smaller ships, so that the ships don't, these ships don't have to maneuver as much. That's why kind of this thing is kind of ridiculous now. It works really well. And on the other hand, we don't need to maneuver this ship a lot to maybe move the radius or the area, the harvesting area for this drill module that we have below here. And I still have kind of ideas in my head to maybe have more of these modules later. I would like to have it so this ship definitely fits in between two of the modules or something like that. That should fit. Hope that works out. We could have a module, and that's maybe also a plan we could do. Have a module that is just there for carrying these containers and maybe carry the ship with us. We can think about this, but first I want to have a space where I can anchor these containers and bring them with me. The only area that I have for this might be up top here, where I can maybe, just have a row of these containers on each side, just awaiting pickup. Move these lasers a bit more to the front, and then we have enough space here to definitely do something with that. Should be easy for the ship to just pick up the containers there and then just fly away with them. I would have to get rid of all these solar panels, but maybe I can place them somewhere else or make more use of the space that we have here and here, for example. So let me paint these things and then we move them. So that we first get rid of them and have some space up here. Then this huge kind of empty surface here can be used for something. Also, I need a color. I need to make a color decision for the carry-all ship there, or the transport, the cargo dropship. I don't know how to call it. There needs to be a coloring decision made. I have the green and red scheme for the other dropship. Maybe I take that and use that again for this one too. Although the green and red it's a bold decision. A bold decision. Let's say it that way. But we can maybe take a look at that in a bit. This here at the moment again gives me the opportunity, and if we redesign our anchor points, for example on the alien planet, then we definitely could incorporate spaces for these containers, a space for this ship, and yeah, have maybe use the anchor points more as transfer points to transfer cargo back and forth. Again, it would be so nice if we had the world set up in a way where there is certain resources on certain planets, so we really have to use that stuff. Here in this world, I don't have that set up, and incorporating it now, I don't think that is something that should happen. But don't know, if we in the future or at some point start something new, we could think about stuff like that. The ship, yeah, I like the Empress, but we definitely need to make changes at one point, and maybe like another big ship, something that works more like a tender ship, something that really is there to hold the containers, fill up the containers, be able to refine stuff, have mining capabilities, maybe not on its own. The Empress has all of that, but this is more, I don't know, I always said that I like the Duchessa because of its industrial look, and this ship resembles that. But in this size, I feel it's not industrial anymore. So, yeah, we need to find a way to modify the RP of the world a bit, kind of. This will have just a few spaces for containers. Again, up here, maybe on each side, 5 that it can just piggyback and lug around. But maybe we need to have a ship that definitely has more capabilities when it comes to that. Another thing that I hope that these containers do is stack. So I would like them, and I hope that it worked. The other container basically just recently got done. I would like to see if they stack well. We have connectors top, bottom, so we could put them on top of each other, and if the landing gear is able to just lock onto what's up here, it should be able to lock onto these points here. And if that's not possible, we maybe make that more accessible. Then we could stack them and have multiple ones put onto, stack them up on a ship and have them, like containers on a real life cargo ship. And so store more of them. Good. This needs to still go. And the same again. The same thing we could do with the cargo points. This is just this at the moment here. The anchor is just so we can lock down the ship, have it stay still in space, and maybe if we go off with a miner, can just unload it into the ship. That was the idea for this anchor, and if we just extend it a bit, we could make it a place for these containers. So another thing I want to build is a small cargo lifter for the space, for space. We don't need all the thrust power that this thing has for a small cargo bee that just lugs around these containers and just moves them into space, leaves them here. It is a completely dumb and unnecessary idea for space engineers, but have something like a port here in space where ships can come up from the surface, leave things here, bring other things down, and have this way of a cargo exchange would be nice. Another thing I need to find is, and I'm pretty sure there is something like that, otherwise we need to see if we can improvise that. I would like to have something that shows me, it would be perfect if it would show me what is in the containers, and then how full are they. And the cool thing is I think we can do that with automatic LCDs. Just have an LCD on here, and whatever it comes in contact with, or when it comes in contact with a ship or a station or down there on the planet, then the automatic LCD can take over. That is implemented in the station, can take over, can activate the screens and show me what's in there, how full they are. That would be nice. That would be a cool thing. I'm pretty sure we can set that up. I'm not sure yet how, but I'm pretty sure we can set that up. Good. This is gone, or nearly gone. I want to have an opening somewhere here. That should be the middle. That is the middle. And then we need to see if do we have okay, we have conveyor lines down here, but we also have the tanks here. Maybe I can move them out of the way or something like that. Let us mark out the position for the cargo containers. So I have them spaced out just one block on the planet, and I'm pretty sure that's what we need here too. Just one block spacing. The ship is able to fly over them and not touch the others if they are flat. That's the only thing I found with the idea of stacking the stuff, would be that the cargo ship or this ship is just able to move over multiple containers when they're just next to each other and not stacked, because then I could run into problems. But for that, the cargo bee would come into play, so that we can shuffle around the containers and then and then bring them into position so this thing can pick it up. This would be like the truck or the train that picks up cargo from harbor while other things load it up, kind of. Here in this flat configuration, it wouldn't matter. That's the good thing. We can lug this thing around and this thing can just pick these up individually and move them to wherever they are needed. Okay, now the tanks make a problem. Tanks need to move out of the way, but we can do that after I have reloaded my energy. We can just flip them, I think. I will lose a bit of oxygen now, but the ship should still have enough ice. It is hot. It is the day today is hot. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it will be out tomorrow. Because at the moment, I don't know. It's just too hot for anything. And tomorrow I have to go back to work after a long time. Finally back at work. That will be awkward because nothing changed. We were closed, the schools were closed because of summer break and the whole corona thing, and it is kind of weird that for us basically nothing changed, and still tomorrow the schools get opened like nothing happened. There is some things in order that hopefully help, but feels a bit weird that we had these long days off, and now, although nothing changed, we are just now going back to normal. Or again, it will not be normal, but it will be a lot more normal than what happened before the summer break. The summer break had these whole things where only 4 pupils were there, and it's kind of weird that now it seems everything is so peachy that we can just we can go back to whatever we had before, and we don't need to worry anymore. A few of the people I work with are worried, and I'm pretty sure there's some people that will not come back to work. Will be a bit of a weird feeling going back in tomorrow, because again I personally am just happy that I can go back and get back into Oh no! I did it wrong. Okay, I need to reload. We'll be back in a second. So I did a bad by painting in the whole ship. Didn't want to do that, and that's something where you can't just get rid of. So for me, a reload then is necessary, because that was absolutely not the plan. But now everything is back in order again. I need to make another incision to see where I need to place my stuff. So okay, is there one more space? There's a more space for another oxygen tank. Now we will put in conveyors, line. Conveyor. Use this as the connection to the next thing. Come on, line. And have... Oh no, wrong. Another conveyor here, or conveyor junction. I have to be specific. And then this can be closed with just line and up, and close this hole off again. Normal block, change the color. Hopefully that works. Yes, that works. Good. Close this back up again. Thank you. And we put... Oh no, conveyor sorter is wrong. This, I'm pretty sure this filled again with oxygen, and I'm now venting it again. I need to put a ceiling into that room. Okay, now we will keep the red points there, because again, then we have a marker where to put the stuff. Then connectors. The only thing that I kind of need to think about is how to lock this down. 2, 3, 5. We need a way to lock that down. Maybe from the container. That would be the easiest thing, to lock it down from the container. We use a button. That's the next thing we need to incorporate. We use a button. Maybe on the front. Is there a button? We use just a button on the front, maybe with a timer. And the timer is set so it locks down the landing gears and the connector. Then we just need to hop out, press the button, or activate the button from the cockpit. That's something we can do. So let me move that up there. I've turned off the thrusters on the sides because for now they are just too crazy. And here in space I gladly don't have the problem, or I'm happy that I don't have the problem with the thrusters pulling me down. That's a good thing here in space. Okay. We don't need to be too precise. Okay, I need to go forward. And why are you not pulling in? Now you're pulling in. Good. So all the the landing gears are locked down. So now if I use a button, I think a button down here would be appropriate. And if we change that with the other containers, yeah, or I need to incorporate that into the other containers. I've made a blueprint. For once in my life, I'm using a blueprint to do something. Okay, let me... Do I need a panel too? So, okay, this will activate the timer. Okay, I have too many timers here. Can I... I'm not sure if I can do that. I will rename it with timer block, lock. I'm container lock. For now. This, because I have a naming convention, and let me see, I need the control panel, I need this phrase, copy, timer, we put this in front, and then we take this button, and also put this in front. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can. No, we can't. Why doesn't it work here? Okay, now let us find... name it again and go for lock button panel, and then no, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons today. It's just too warm. It's not nice here. The computer doesn't make it any better because it just heats up the whole room basically. Okay, let us find the timer, this one, timer lock, and you will be triggered now, but the action, setup action. Do we have a group? No, we don't. So pressing all the wrong buttons. Landing gear. And then the connectors. Oh, which one? Which is which? Can I get to it and see that maybe? No, I can't. Can get to the top one. We will name the top one. That makes clear what the bottom one is. Isn't that amazing? I'm sometimes surprising myself how clever I can be. So this is the bottom. And now we can set up the timer. I don't know why I backed out of this timer. So setup actions. The group will be this switch lock, and then all blocks, connector, and the bottom connector, switch lock. Okay, so you, good sir, just get to the timer. And it will be container turn on this one. Trigger now. Plonk, locked, in place. Now we can disconnect this and fly away. Good thing. And it should be so, yeah, it should be locked so hard that we shouldn't lose it while maneuvering with the landing gears. One thing I always fear with these containers, and that's why I kind of cage them, is the containers are just fragile, and having them bump into anything might immediately explode them. I want to do merge. Container 1 merge. Merge. I think I will set up another button. Another button just on the top. Oh, I still have it. And this will just, if needed, switch the merge blocks so that we can unlock them or lock them from below the ship without having to enter it. So neat. And now I think I could make some stuff around it to maybe protect it better or something like that. We need to bring the lasers back. But this is neat. I'll put that on the other side too, not now, but in the next time I play, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully maybe you like the idea. We can now just lock or unlock all that stuff without any issues. So picking this thing up then should be relatively easy, and just bringing down all the other ones should be neat too. One thing I really need to keep in mind is the naming of the whole thing. I'm as always lazy. That, see, this thing was named Container 1, and now it is Small Grid something, because it was merged to another grid. Will this thing, I'm pretty sure this thing has the same, no, I don't know, 32, 37, no, it's not the same, but this might lose its name to Dropship MK2. And if we merge it, let us test that just for a second. Yeah, we need a battery, or not a battery. We definitely need a camera or something like that. Okay, this is now locked, and if we unmerge it, did the name change? See, the name changed too. That is something I really don't like. I know that there's a mod out there that fixes that. Maybe we put that in. Not sure how that works, but that's not fun. Don't like that. It is nicer to just name the stuff before all the parts. Name all the parts and then just have that as naming convention, because if we merge something, it will definitely lose all its, yeah, will lose its name, and we run into the problem that we would have to constantly rename it then. That's neat. See, we can park them here now and carry them with us. And maybe, don't know, maybe I'm thinking about something on the top to not protect them, but I don't know, find a nice way to incorporate everything here into that structure. We will see if I'm coming up with an idea, but good thing is now we could go back down, have the other one come back up too, and if we really get into the naming convention, we can just go in and say, okay, I want to load something into the cargo of container 1, and then we can just move everything over and then pick that up. And again, I will test if there is a way for me to make automatic LCDs pick up this thing and then manage a screen that's on here, and then we just have automatic LCDs on each of the cargo related ships or stations, something like that. That would be neat. Okay. Oh, that one went faster than I wanted it to be. But yeah, proof of concept is there. Next thing, again, decision. If we make a specialized cargo ship, I always wanted to have something like that. So maybe we do it anyways, but you can have an opinion on that. And then we later need to do that to more of the ships. So the Big Blue needs something like that, and we need to modify this ship so we can hang it below the Empress. Modifying it is just basically doing this. So here, done. Good, we can move on. Good people. I think that's all for today. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video. The next time we will do more with the containers, do more with this ship, and again, maybe have a decision if we need a real cargo refinery something ship, not sure. And we go back to the station, modify the other container, and then build more containers. And I want to also have something that can transport passengers or something like that. Good. Not in all the things, so people will have to use suits, but it would be nice to just be able to ferry down some passengers in one of these crates. Good people. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.